Hey, today's an exciting day for me because as of last night, I passed 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I just wanted to make this video to really say thank you to all of the people that have followed my journey, especially those that were there from the beginning. It's been a while. I've been doing YouTube for 6 or 7 years and it's just starting to pick up. But in that time, I've been able to do a lot of really fun things and things that have been really exciting for me. Personally, I've been able to build the figure sculpting course, build a portrait sculpting course that I'm still working on right now. And now I'm able to, make a living, have the majority of my money come from those courses and creating content, creating helpful videos and tutorials and things like that. So I just wanted to thank you guys for supporting. I wanted to talk a little bit about the value of consistency and perseverance when it comes to being an artist, because it is a long journey. So just like with building a YouTube channel or doing anything, creating anything worthwhile, it often takes a lot longer than we realize initially or that we think it'll take. Being able to be consistent and creating content, keep creating art, whatever it is, being able to do that consistently over time, it has a compounding effect. And especially as you're building an audience, building on top of that audience that you've already built. And so it has a compounding effect into the future where you have some people, some people are coming for the first time, some people are leaving. But over time, if you're able to build a relationship with your followers or the people that are watching your content or people that are, consuming your art or especially supporting you financially, that kind of has a cumulative effect over time as you do things consistently. So I was working on the figure sculpting course for, I think it was like 2.5 years before the course was released to the public. So if you can imagine working part-time on a project consistently week after week for 2 years before you get your first paycheck, that's what I was doing. And a lot of people like the idea of being able to have like an online course or being able to have some sort of residual income where they do most of the work up front and then the money keeps coming in. I saw the value of that, and so that's why I was willing to work for those 2 years consistently. The reason that it took so long is because it was my first time building a course, and so now with the portrait sculpting course, it's as extensive, but I think it's going to take like half the time, and I was able to do a lot more of the work myself, like I'm doing the editing for the portrait sculpting course. Being able to have a little bit of experience helped as well, but it was also just that I wanted to build the best course that was out there, and I wanted to give all of the information that I wish I would have received when I was learning how to sculpt for the first time. And so just creating a product that I could be proud of, and I could say, this is the best information out there. And even though I'm not the best sculptor in the world by any stretch of the imagination, I do love sculpting and I really enjoy it, and I really like teaching and I really like sharing that, because I think more people would actually really enjoy sculpting if they had some basic instruction and if they tried it. There's a lot of people out there that haven't ever tried figure sculpting, but they would really enjoy it. And so that's why I'm able to teach and do something that I love and promote the courses, is because I think, it's really enjoyable being able to improve your skills and get a little bit better. There's always something you can get better at. Sculpting, it's one of the most difficult things, sculpting the figure, sculpting people, one of the most difficult artistic endeavors. So being able to create a course to encourage more people to take on the challenge of figure sculpting, it's been really exciting for me and a huge blessing to be able to have that course out now and be building more courses in the future. I was at a seminar, an artist seminar that was put on by the Sculpture in the Park program that happens in Loveland, Colorado. It's the largest juried sculpture show in the United States, and I was able to participate a few times. And there was somebody from a gallery that came in and said, like, successful artists are the artists that continually produce more and more work. And they just produce so much that, they eventually they don't have a place for it. They need to sell it. And they need to get it out there to galleries, but they're just constantly producing. Something that would be beneficial for everybody in our culture is to change your mindset into producing more than you consume. Just like on YouTube, how many hours do you consume content on YouTube? But if you're a YouTube creator, you should be creating videos, creating content just as much as you're consuming. Or if you're an artist, on Instagram, you should be creating Instagram content to share your art just as much as you're consuming the art of other people and consuming that inspiration from other people. I think there should be a balance, but if anything, you should consume less than you're producing. And if you can produce more than you consume, and if you can provide more value to other people than the value that you're taking from other people through purchasing things or, watching things with your time, if you can provide more value than you take in, then you'll build wealth over time, because you're providing more value for other people, and then you're spending less than comes in, whether that's money or whether it's time or energy or whatever it is. If you're giving more than you're receiving, then you'll build wealth, you'll build a community, and you'll build success over time as you do that. I really believe that. So if there's one thing that I can help people do, is produce a little bit more, be creative a little bit more. There's many studies that show that if you're creating something, that it has a beneficial effect on your mind and on, I believe, on your spirit, because you were made in the image of the creator of the universe. And so the God that created us, he created us in his image. And then as we create, we get to participate in that creation process, which is something that I believe that we were made for, that we were made to be creative. So that's my belief system. That's what I really believe and want to promote, is that, people are worth studying. They're intrinsically valuable. And so from every child, every baby, every child that's growing inside their mother's womb, everyone has value. And that value comes from the fact that we are people, created beings, and that the creator of the universe, endowed us with that creative capacity, with the ability to think with our spirits, with our minds. That might not be the viewpoint of every artist, but I do think if you believe that people are worth studying and worth valuing, then your artwork as a figurative artist will convey that you believe that there's something worthwhile about studying the human figure, about studying the female figure, studying the male figure, and there's something beautiful about that, and being able to reproduce that figure in a way that's interesting and engaging, that we're able to participate in that same creative act. That's something that I think is really special. Art is just a form of communication. So as I become an artist, as I build my own brand as an artist, my own brand as a person, I can choose what message that I want to put forth in the world. And I can do that through my art. To a lesser degree, I could do it through teaching, but teaching, I'm not trying to promote my own message when I'm teaching somebody, when I'm teaching online courses. I just want to teach people how to recreate the figure in clay in a way that's impressive and that shows craftsmanship and that shows that you really understand how to build up the forms. That's what my goal is for that. But on the personal side, on my own side, I get to choose to promote the messages that I believe in. And so, I'm a Christian, I'm a conservative, I'm a husband, I'm a father. I believe that family, that children, that those are some of the most important things in the world to me. And so I get to take that message and I get to share it through my art. And other people that have a different belief system, different values that they put in their life, they can share that through their art. Art is just a way to communicate what we believe, to communicate it very powerfully if we're skilled in what we do and if we're able to convey a message that resonates with people. And that could be any message. There could be messages that I'm sure there are many students who don't agree with my philosophy, who don't agree with my religious views, who don't agree with my political views, especially because the arts tend to be a little bit more left-leaning and I'm a little bit more conservative. And that's fine. Like, they can share their views through that art, basically having more creation and more people being willing to invest the time in creating things that are worthwhile. That's just something that everybody benefits from. Everybody benefits from a world that's more beautiful. These figures that I sculpted, this one was started from a live model. This one was done as a demo for the upcoming competition, just to show one method for building an armature stand and putting an armature. So for those people that are interested in the upcoming figure sculpting competition, if you're interested in that, I'll put information below. But being able to do these types of things, being able to build, I love building things with my hands. And so, kind of working with hardware and building that type of thing, building the armatures, and then sculpting the figure. I find all of that really enjoyable. I hope that you guys will find it enjoyable as well. If you're interested in sculpting, in self-improvement, in bettering yourself and learning to communicate through your art, if you're interested in promoting, a good message to the world, then I hope that you'll find this channel valuable. I'm really grateful for everything that I have in this life. I think we live in such a blessed time when I can communicate to people all around the world through technology that is not very expensive and make a living doing something that I really enjoy doing. I don't think that there's a better time in human history to be an artist, because there's more wealth than there ever has been before. There's more tools at our disposal than there ever has been before. So I think it's a great time to be an artist. And even with all the crazy stuff going on with AI and, everybody thinking that they're going to be replaced, it's always good to create and to produce something of value to somebody else. And so that is something that I think will always be rewarded. If you have questions or if you'd like to see videos that go over certain topics in the future, I hope you'll reach out to me. I'm going to be trying to do more things like live streams, Q&As, regular content, shorts, things like that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the journey. I'm really excited for it. As always, I hope you guys will stay creative and stay productive, and I'll see you in the next video.